Boomer Sooner last year. We put it up on the internet. It's had many views. You sang it. Cody sang it. Kelly Gregg has now sung it.
That was kind of a half part.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta be real honest. Your Boomer Sooner, much, much better than any of the other Boomer Sooners, including Corey.
Kelly's too big to, I mean, how you gonna argue with Kelly?
I told him it stunk. I mean, I did.
Yeah, and he didn't really care.
Yeah, he didn't have
a whole lot of Oklahoma pride.
Boomer Sooner, Boomer Sooner. And people jumped in, and that was it.
And he said you bet about 8 times in that. You know, Boomer Sooner, you bet.
You bet.
Yeah,
Boomer Sooner.
Right.
Who's your favorite Raven? Let me ask you that, because I've had 3 guys this year tell me Kelly Gregg's their favorite Raven. But I think you're on the offense. Hey, you love Kelly too. I know Kelly. You know, I changed favorite Ravens. Yamon Figures was my favorite Raven for a while, but then he didn't come to the show this year. So when you don't do the show, you can't be my favorite Raven. You can be among my favorite Ravens. So, and then I'm a Dan Wilcox guy. You know, I'm a big Dan fan. You know, I'm a big Matt Catula fan.
Actually, Wilcox would be my favorite.
Why is Wilcox your favorite Raven? Because he has the
Wilcox always got something going on. Always, like paintball, movie, like
he's a social director.
He's definitely a social director. He always got something going on, and he does everything, like all the special teams, and all offense, and just Wilcox. Wilcox all around.
Did he get you to go down to DC with him with the? When there was like the National Black Leaders of America. Did he get you to go down there? You got the limo, and you guys all went down.
Tell us about that. I mean, seriously, tell us, because when Dan comes on, he's very introspective.
When he came in the locker room, and I was sitting there talking to Dan.
I don't know how anybody could like Dan Wilcox. Dan Wilcox, I don't care if he plays football, sells insurance, whatever. You like Dan Wilcox.
I was sitting there that day, and Mark came strolling by, and Dan said, "Hey, what are you doing tomorrow night?" And Mark said, "I'm not." Dan said, "You're going with me. You need to get dressed up. I got a limo picked up here." So I was sitting there, remember? He said, we're going to get picked up here at 6 o'clock and go down to D.C. Mark said, "What's it for?" He said, "Just don't worry about it, dog. I got it all taken care of. You're going with me, we're going to have fun tomorrow night, and don't worry about it."
And how'd it go for you?
And that was the end of it.
Was it fun?
It was a very nice event. Very elegant, classy. I was impressed.
That's coming from Oklahoma.
Dan doesn't mess around. Like Dan.
What is it with the Boomer Sooner guys here praise you? That must be like an extra thing to get a kid from Texas and get him to play in Oklahoma, right?
It wasn't that extra though, because I was born in Oklahoma.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, where were you
I
born?
went to say I was born in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Children's Hospital.
But you're like a Dallas kid, though.
Right.
For the most part.
Yeah.
How did that sit in the neighborhood? Not so good?
Very good. Texas never recruited me. I didn't get a single letter, nothing from Texas.
Texas sucks. Yeah, Texas sucks. Hey, whatever you say, you're bigger than I.
Hey, you know, one of the things, speaking of the guys in college and all that, well, I was thinking about this last night watching the game. Once it got to 30, whatever it was, 37-7. And I thought, well, obviously you guys are on your way to losing 7 in a row. Hopefully that's Sunday against Miami, but it's the NFL. Who knows? Not last night. But I'm thinking that
if I thought you could have come back, dude, I wouldn't have left.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't leave Raven games. But there was a point where I looked, and there's like 8 of us that go to the games, and about the 2-minute warning, I turned around, I'm just drenched with water.
Yeah.
And I turned around and said, what the hell are we all doing here?
Not so much.
And we just all looked at each other, and we kind of made a pact that we were all going to walk out and not tell anybody. And I thought, nobody's going to be left here to see that we left. It's called the life of the fruit fly. Fruit fly lives 7 days. It's the same 7 days over and over and over again for 20 weeks, basically.
Right.
Groundhog Day.
And like Nestor taught me to, mix your stuff up. Every day think of something that you want to do better and focus on that for that day. And it just gives you a different focus, not so much as to it's Wednesday is practice, it's long practice. It's Thursday, it's practice. I have something that I can work on that I can be better today, and it's not just a practice day. I get better for the Sunday that's coming up. I get better for the rest of my career that I plan on, Lord willing, that I'm in. And so that has kept me sane. It's throughout, these short 3 years.
He's a guy that wants to help people. I mean, Derek,
right.
I see him all the time talking to guys in the locker room. I don't know what he's talking about. Must be stuff like that.
It almost looks like he's talking football, though.
I see him talking to Demetrius all the time. I mean, they're all over there together.
Right.
But I see him talk. He's always talking to somebody. And I say this again, not to single him out. I don't ever see Ray talk to anybody. I see Derek talk to somebody every time in the locker room. It's just a different way they communicate, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just Derek's always talking to somebody.
This dude,
You said
to me, on numerous occasions.
what does he say to you? What would Ray say to a younger player? And I'm sure, like everybody else, it feels like about 5 minutes ago you were in Oklahoma watching him in the Super Bowl.
Right.
I mean, Ray was an icon for all of you. So was John Ogden. When you walk into that locker room, that was, Steve McNair was a guy you watched him play when you were in high school. Now he's throwing a football team. So I think that's kind of heady stuff. I think that's probably the hardest thing for all the young players when they get into the room to realize, I'm here, I belong here, I'm on the team too. There's a transition in that.
Yeah, I mean, for example, this year, he told me that, don't let, the circumstance and the situation, tear you down. You came here, you know what kind of player you are. We know what kind of player, we know what you can do. Don't let the situation and circumstance tear you down, because it can do that.
Oh, it certainly does to the fans week after week. I mean, losing.
That's a hard.
But one of the things for these guys, and Mark can attest to this, I think, injury-wise, God knows you all had enough for 3 years. You've been hampered for the most part early in the year, right, with a bad foot. One of the things, and you can attest to this, you want to get back out as quickly as you can. A, you want to help the team. B, you don't like sitting around and watching. That's no fun. And so there's a real catch-22. Ideally, and Dan has gone through this too this year, you're sitting out at a time you never want to sit out. Team's struggling, team's not getting together offensively, yet you got to be smart too to say, look, I'm 3 years into what should be a 12-year career in the NFL. I got to be careful that I don't wreck myself, yet I'm very committed to the other 52 guys in the locker room. It's got to be hard for you, for anybody that's got an injury that's not debilitating enough to keep you out of the game, yet it's bothersome enough that you're not 100%. That's kind of what happened to you at the beginning of the year. I mean, you were struggling a little bit physically. You want to be out there, but it doesn't get good to be out there if you hurt yourself or hurt the team.
Right. Exactly. I mean, you just have to be able to draw that fine line between the point where, okay, you're healthy enough to go and not only go but produce and help the team, and being healthy and you're not really.
I think Holmes was like that last week for Pittsburgh. If you saw anybody saw the game Sunday, Santonio Holmes came back after 3 weeks, and he was really struggling, and he made a catch early in the game, got knocked out of bounds, got up, stumbling, humping.
Well, you could say that about McAllister last week.
Yeah,
right.
Right.
In the New England game, he played to his knees.
Right.
He clearly